welcome back everybody to this week's installment of Bass Chops for Beginners. I'm Jose. So right off the bat, this week's question is what to look out for when you go buy your first bass guitar. Okay, so right off the bat, without question, this particular episode is about your awareness, paying attention to details. So let's get right into it. I have 5 points that I want to cover that you really should do a really good job of keeping track of when you go into a store to examine your very first instrument. Okay, so let's just start with number 1. I'm going to need you to examine the instrument closely for any kind of flaws, any kind of irregularities with this thing, okay? It's going to determine your ability to negotiate a buying price. If it's flawless, it's flawless, but sometimes you don't always get a flawless instrument from the factory. If you happen to be lucky enough to get an instrument right out of the box where the last person that touched it was the individual that assembled it at the factory and put it in the box, fantastic. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you go into a music store and you go in and the basses are hanging on hooks, okay? Which means that other people have been in there picking them up and playing them, and you never know the condition of the instrument, if it's pristine or not, unless you look closely at it with your eyes and just look over the entire thing. It's very crucial that you do this, okay? Point number 2, talking about neck relief or the condition of the neck. There is a way to look at these things to see if you've got like some sort of like problems down the road, bowing like this or curvature. You want to stay away from those at all costs. The guitar might look like something completely out of this world, sexy, you gotta have it. But if it has neck irregularities, move on. Just move on. You don't want anything to do with that, okay? Point number 3, please understand the warranty by the manufacturer. Okay, everybody that makes a guitar out there, they have some sort of factory warranty with the instrument. It's good for you to know this, okay? And also be aware of the store's return policy. You got to know this, okay? You don't really want to go through any kind of like embarrassing moments if there is an issue that you were not aware of. You want to certainly be up to snuff on these 2 critical issues. It has a lot to do with your customer satisfaction. The entire experience hinges on you knowing these things, okay? Number 4, okay? Does the price for the instrument include a case of some kind, whether it be a gig bag or a solid case, whether it's made out of Tolex, or another case that's really popular out there is SKB, Gator, so on and so forth. You know, something that's got some strength to it. It's one thing to go in there and get a really awesome price on a guitar, but if it doesn't have a case with it, you have to factor that in as well. That's going to be extra money coming out of your pocket. Try to negotiate that you get both somehow. If the price for the instrument is such, right, and you've got some sort of bargaining power there, let the salesperson know that, hey, you know, you're interested in buying a case also, and maybe they can work their magic to make that sale for you to include both at a reduced price. You know, we want them to not be anywhere near MSRP. We still want these people to make money, but we also want to get the most bang for our buck, okay? And number 5, it's the crucial one. Try to resist pressure sales. Okay, you've heard me say this before. The sales staff is there to make money, and sometimes they get pushy. Not all of them. Very rare, maybe once or twice, you'll run into somebody that they're really pushy and they just want to push the thing onto you, and you need to like resist that as much as possible. Be cool about it. Be polite. You know, being polite works wonders. And so you just want to just hold the temptation to just want to plunk down your money or swipe that credit card and run out of there, and then have regrets afterwards. You want to avoid that. Okay, so those are some of the things that I wanted you to really focus on right off the bat before you walk into that store. As soon as you walk in, just keep those 5 tips handy. On the next video, we're going to talk about certain things on these guitars that are worth having as far as enhancements, little things that are on there that are like eye candy that make you say, ooh, that's really cool. You want to avoid those. And there's other things on basses that have really good functionality that are of value that you do want to pay attention to. You want to like steer clear of the fluff and the things that really don't have practicality to them. And you want to definitely focus on good features of the instrument. And that's on next installment, okay? So as always, if you have any questions or remarks, go ahead and feel free to leave them down below. I would love to get some feedback from you. And that's how this whole thing works, okay? And I really do appreciate you taking the time to do that. And remember that the purpose of this channel is to help you navigate through these things. And so the more feedback I get and the more interaction that takes place, the better it is for everybody. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, okay? And also click on that notification bell so that way, as soon as I upload a brand new video, you will be notified that that took place. That way you can come check it out, okay? And if you really want to, you can follow me on Instagram. The address for that should be popping up somewhere down here. Okay, so just follow me on Instagram and you can keep track of some of the things that's going on in my life and some other updates that may be related to the topic of bass playing or just all around life. Really cool. Oh, and I remembered last time I said tune it or die, and I wanted you to when you go into the music store, have this handy tool. If you don't have a tuner or you don't have perfect pitch hearing and you can remember what a concert A frequency sounds like to tune your A string on your bass, download this app here. This is really cool. It's free and I use it on my cell phone and it's fantastic. You can walk into the store with it with your cell phone and you can use it as a tuner while you're there. Okay, it doesn't substitute a real tuner, which we'll talk about on another video, but this is good enough to get you started, okay? So once again, we'll catch you next time. Tune it or die.